Hi everyone! In this video, I'll show you how to make Vietnamese chicken glass noodle soup with a rich, flavorful broth that tastes just like what you'd find in Vietnam. In Vietnam, alongside rice noodles, glass noodles are also a staple, with chicken glass noodle soup and duck glass noodle soup being the two most popular street food options. Just like Vietnamese chicken noodle soup, the broth is the key to this dish's flavor. To create a naturally sweet and rich broth, I'll be using 2 chicken carcasses as the base. These have already been blanched in boiling water with salt and rinsed clean. For added aroma, I'll also add 2 onions, 2 cinnamon sticks, 1 ginger root, and a small piece of turmeric root, all charred for extra fragrance. Cleaned coriander roots to enhance the broth's depth. Now, I'll bring 4.5 liters of water to a simmer and add in the chicken bones and aromatics. Cut the onions in half before adding them to the pot. Keep the heat at medium. Boiling it too hard will make the broth cloudy. For a more intense faux-like flavor, you can also add black cardamom and star anise. When the broth reaches 80 to 85 degrees Celsius, it's time to poach the chicken. Make sure the chicken is thoroughly cleaned before cooking. Since this chicken weighs 2.5 kilograms, I'll let it simmer over medium heat for 30 minutes so it cooks evenly and stays juicy. Remember to flip the chicken occasionally to ensure even cooking and to prevent the skin from sticking to the bottom of the pot. After 30 minutes, remove the chicken and let it drain. The broth will continue simmering on low heat. For a crispy skin texture, you can submerge the chicken in an ice bath. But if you're using an older, free-range chicken, the skin is naturally firmer, so you can skip this step. To enhance the golden color of the skin, I'll brush on a mixture of rendered chicken fat and turmeric powder. This gives the chicken a beautiful golden sheen and an inviting aroma. Once done, let the chicken cool before shredding it into bite-sized pieces. While waiting for the chicken to cool, I'll prep some of the toppings. First up, the fresh herbs. For this dish, we'll need green onions, kaffir lime leaves, cilantro, Vietnamese coriander, Thai basil, and peppermint. I'll give them a good rinse and finely chop them. Next, we have crispy fried shallots to add a rich, savory aroma. Pickled bamboo shoots for a bit of tanginess. And of course, the essential condiments, garlic vinegar, fresh lime wedges, chili, and spicy chili sauté. All perfect for adjusting the flavor to your liking. All right, the chicken has cooled, so now I'll start shredding the meat. Just tear it into bite-sized pieces. For any skin-on pieces, I'll slice them neatly so the final bowl looks even more appetizing. The leftover bones go back into the pot to continue simmering and deepen the broth's flavor. Now, let's check on our broth. It's been simmering for over an hour and a half, and by now, it's rich, fragrant, and full of flavor. I'll go ahead and strain out the chicken bones and all the aromatics. If you're adding chicken hearts or young chicken eggs, now's the time to cook them. Since whole chicken hearts take longer to cook, I'll drop them in first. After 2 minutes, once the broth starts simmering again, I'll add the young chicken eggs and let them cook for another 5 minutes. Once done, take them out and let them cool. Next, it's time to season the broth. I'm using salt, chicken seasoning powder, rock sugar, and MSG. To make sure everything dissolves evenly, I'll mix a small amount of hot broth with the seasonings before pouring it back into the pot. The broth should be slightly stronger in flavor, so when combined with the noodles, chicken, and toppings, everything balances perfectly. And with that, the broth is done. Now let's cook the glass noodles and assemble the dish. You can either soak the dried noodles beforehand or blanch them straight in boiling water. A quick 25 to 30 second dip is enough. Any longer, and they'll get too soft and mushy. Once the noodles are ready, place them in a bowl. Now let's add the toppings. Shredded chicken, chicken hearts, young chicken eggs, fresh herbs, crispy fried shallots, and finally, Ladle in the hot, flavorful broth. For extra flavor, squeeze in some fresh lime or garlic vinegar. Add fresh chili or chili sauté if you like it spicy, and enjoy it with pickled bamboo shoots and, if you have it, some crispy fried dough sticks. They make it even better. And that's it. A delicious bowl of Vietnamese chicken glass noodle soup with a clear, naturally sweet broth, tender shredded chicken, rich chicken hearts, and flavorful young chicken eggs. Give this recipe a try this weekend and share it with your family and friends. Let me know how it turns out in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video on Vietnamese recipes.